Welcome back again to the Black and Gold Report. Again, joined with head football coach Pete Shinnick. Coach, you mentioned this before the break. Carson Newman did a pretty good job controlling your rushing attack. They kept Travis Daniels under 100 yards for the first time all season. Was it a conscious decision on your part to throw the ball more, or was this just a matter of Luke was that much more on this game? Does that make sense?
It does, and really we're going to try to be as balanced as we can. I think statistically over the course of the season, we're about 60% run and 40% pass. I think if you look at the last 3 weeks, we're probably closer to 50-50 because of what people are doing. Mm-hmm. We want to establish the run, and the ability to do that I think makes it harder on defenses. Carson Newman did some things where they were just trying to get one extra guy closer to the line of scrimmage. And so when you do that, and we've got, I think, like I said, 9 receivers that are pretty good, they can all run and move pretty well, it opens up some things in the throwing lanes. And so we were able to identify that and do a good job of hitting the guys that were open.
It says a lot for Travis Daniels when they pack 7 and 8 in the box and he can still grind out 100 yards. I mean, that says a lot for his natural ability and his skill and his ability to elude all of these defenders.
Well, he's a great runner. He really is. He's a great competitor too, and he does. He's been blocking extremely well for Luke in protection. He's caught the ball out of the backfield. I think every game he's been over 100 total yards because he almost had a touchdown off a screen pass this week. So I am really happy for Travis Daniels that his senior year is playing out the way it is right now.
And I'm sure he is as well, and hopefully he can take it as far as he can. Well, let's move on and talk a little bit about the next game. It's against a 3-4 Newberry College, who won a 42-41 squeaker against Tusculum, a team that you've already played last week. What do you know about the Wolves, and what do you have to do to beat them?
Well, they're a very talented football team that I think has just kind of been up and down a little bit this year. If you look, like you mentioned, the Tusculum game, and then they lost a close one to Wingate, and they beat Carson Newman pretty soundly. So they are a team that I don't think has really found their identity yet, and they're kind of struggling, but very athletic and very, very talented. So we've got our hands full, I think, on both sides of the ball. Last week, rushed for almost 500 yards against Tusculum, so something that you don't really see much in college football. But, any way you can get close to 500 yards, but they did it all on the ground. That was amazing. And then defensively, very big, athletic defensive line. They've got a couple of Division I transfers in their secondary, so this will be a good test for us.
It's your 3rd road game in a row as well. Your team ready to get back home, I assume?
Well, we love playing at home. When you sit there and you look at your schedule, in the spring, and you go, okay, this is manageable. By the time you get to that 3rd game, you're itching to get back home. But it's been a good experience. Our team has traveled very well. Mm-hmm. We are a young team, but I think we really travel maturely. Our guys have handled it well. They enjoy being around each other, and so it's made traveling fun. And obviously, when you can get on a bus after a game and you got a 7-hour road trip back and you've won, that makes it a little easier too.
Newberry's a weird team in that they have a very balanced attack, and but they don't have a real star player to focus on. They don't have an ace quarterback or a superstar running back that you can focus your attention on. They got a ton of players who touch the ball every single game. So how do you prepare for a team with so many options and so many people who can do good things with the ball?
Well, defensively, we've got to be, very, very sound in our gap control, because they've gone with a scheme approach, meaning, they're not featuring one guy, like you said. I think 13 guys touched the ball last week, rushing, and so you've just got to make sure that you're sound schematically, being where you need to be, not necessarily keying on someone, but keying on what they're doing, with the ball and who they're giving it to. It could be anybody, so you got to be where you need to be.
That's right. Well, how is it you were able to schedule so many SAC teams this year? You've got 5 or 6 on your schedule this year, which is different from past seasons.
Well, the SAC made an adjustment in their schedule. They added North Greenville as a scheduling alliance. And so what that did is it gave the SAC an odd number of teams. And so the reason we're able to get Newberry, Carson Newman late, and Tusculum is the fact that they now have a bye week that they normally didn't have. Before, they'd start their in-season schedule week 4 and play everybody, week 5 through week 11. Now they have a bye week, and we've been able to pick up, I think, everybody but Mars Hill and Brevard and Lenore Ryan. So it's really been beneficial to us.
Just a few seconds left, Coach, and I know there's plenty of football to play, but do you find yourself looking ahead, thinking about scenarios that might get you in the postseason?
Not really. What we're trying to do, and we were 3-2 at one point in time, and I told the guys, if they just keep plugging away 1 week at a time and keep focusing on that, good things will happen. Well, now we're 6-2, and we got a big game against Newberry, and that's really where our focus is.
All right, fair enough. All right, good luck, Coach. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the 2011-2012 men's basketball season with Coach Ben Miller. Stay tuned.